Morning, Ruchi. Good morning,
sorry,
everybody.
Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I can't figure out who just said that.
Me.
Hello?
What happened? Where's mine?
Sorry, one person, please. Yeah.
Yeah, hello, Karuna here.
Yes, Karunaji. Yeah.
This is Ruchi
Ruchi,
here.
can
Good
I
morning.
ask, daily we are writing gratitude about somebody.
Yes.
So, daily can we write person also?
Sorry, I missed that. Your voice was breaking. Can you just repeat that?
Same person also, like, thank you told, no? You can.
Yeah. No, I'm not understanding your question. What are you asking?
I am asking,
Yeah.
daily basis you told me no कि आप लिखिए रोज 10 gratitude to about somebody. So maybe it's same.
No,
every
you
day?
don't have to write about somebody 10 things. You have to write 10 things that have gone well in your day. It's not necessary कि वो किसी एक जन के लिए होए. It can be about a lot of other things. आज जैसे आपने अपने बॉडी के लिए लिखा.
Okay.
हाँ, या आपने लिखा कि I'm so grateful for this phone. I'm so grateful for this internet connection. I'm so grateful for the electricity. I'm so grateful for yeah. So it's not about one person, but it can be about a lot of things.
Okay. Thank you. Now I understand.
Now you understand? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Rukmini, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. I'm waiting for the magic steps because magic
Rukmani and her magic steps.
Magic steps. I know.
Hi, Rachna. Good morning.
Good morning, Rukmani.
Good morning, Rachna.
Good morning, Suraya.
So would somebody else like to read today? Yeah, Pushpati, you're right. I'll just like to give someone else a chance.
Yeah, I'll read today. Ruchi?
Yeah.
I would love to read today.
Okay, lovely. Okay, great.
And Gauri here.
Gauri, yeah, got it. So, because we have a good house, I want everyone to get an opportunity to read one time or the other. Yes. Just check.
Ruchi, do we have 2 chapters today or one?
One. We'll just be doing.
Okay, so magic check will be tomorrow.
No, magic today is actually magic money. Magic check will come later.
Okay, fine.
Will come later. Today is also about money, but today is about first
I know.
writing it on the note. So today is the first chapter on money. Magic check comes much later, actually. It comes much later. Yeah. Yeah, just check your devices, please. If you're not speaking, can you just keep it on mute? There isn't disturbance. Raki, can you please check your device? And I'm unable to mute everyone from here.
I think she's not close to her device.
Yeah. Because I'm not the host. That is why I'm unable to do that. Yeah, now it's done. No, it was not Rakhi Mundra. I was actually telling Rakhi Jain. Sorry. There's overlap of names. So, anything else anyone would like to share about yesterday? I hope you all wrote it on the postcards and you have kept it ready. Yeah.
Ruchi,
Yes.
I just wrote it in a piece of paper. So today, can I write it in a different card and put it on?
Absolutely. Make it in a place where you stick it. And the more places, the better.
Okay.
So yesterday, I put it back in my car because I didn't have one in my car. And yesterday, specifically, I picked that up. Every time you read the book, I feel there's something new that is coming up. And so I just picked up the thing that you can even write it in your car and leave it. Not like we're using our cars too much right now, but whenever you step out, at least you see it in one more place. So try and see in how many ever places you can put it up. So that would help. Yeah.
Ruchi, I would like to share something.
Yes, Neeta. Yeah, good morning.
Yesterday, when I stuck on my refrigerator the tagline, my kids came, Mama, even I want to write this. What is that? I just explained them. I said, yeah, we are doing exercise, but okay, now on I'll do regularly with you. And they wrote on on a paper, and they stuck another side of the fridge, and someone stuck on the bathroom, and I stuck on the mirror. So they said, Mama, we'll stick this side so we can see every time. So like 3 to 4 places, even they joined with me and they stick everywhere. And they are showing the dad, Papa, did you see that? What we wrote? You have to follow that. So even he said he was shocked when he saw in the bathroom. Like, what is this? It's nice.
What is everybody writing everywhere? ये क्या हो रहा है घर में पूरे?
Even he's like, okay, even I'll be more health conscious nowadays.
Yes.
And even he started asking what happened in the class. Explain me. Can I write my book also? I said, yeah, sure. You can also write, please.
By the end, the whole house will be stuck with something or the other. Keep waiting.
Hi, Ruchi. Good morning. I want to share one thing regarding this. Priya here.
Yeah, Priya.
Yeah, apparently now Arnaz told me yesterday that, oh, Ruchi auntie still makes sure that everyone's doing craft classes because she thinks every day we are doing either a rock decoration or a paper board or something. So because she's used to, coming for some classes with you.
Classes, yeah. I like, yeah, but this is not my doing at all. This is all in the book. And
yeah, absolutely.
Somebody, if you ask, and people who know me closer will know that I'm very anti-craft. I'm very anti doing these things because I find it a waste of time, a waste of resources, and all that. And even as a teacher, when I was in school, my project works used to be very simple. I used to tell the children that I don't want anything fancy. I want it written on an A4 size, and I want you to make sure you handwrite it. So I would never want printed stuff.
Absolutely.
I would never want all those things. I said, fancy borders. I'm not interested in your wasting time on all this, So I'm one person who's very...
That's always the sentiment I have had also.
Yeah.
But yeah, the perspective has to change with, the other one's desire. That's what I realize.
Because my sister is just the opposite. She's just the opposite.
Even she's super creative, I must say.
Yeah, even if she has to send a small thing to my house, it's always decorated. It's always completely, it's always wrapped and everything. And honestly, sometimes when I have to sit and help her, kabhi hota nahi hai, but once in a while, agar kuch hua ki bahut sara kaam hai and I'm helping her, she only allows me to cut sellotape. Says, "Mat karo, you're horrible at anything else. You can't even cut paper straight. Just do that." So that's how. But activities are all coming out from the book.
So your wish list would be having maybe improving at craft, and that's how.
So somewhere I'm quite okay about not knowing some things. So
absolutely. Yeah, that's
it's okay. I'm very
true.
At one level, I'm very proud of it, and I say, I don't want to do it. I'm happy without it. So.
Good morning.
But one thing I want to say, Ruchi, about the meditation audio recording that you sent yesterday. Oh, it's just outstanding. Your voice, obviously the content, everything. It's so soothing, so soulful. I wanted to ask you that, is this shareable? As in, can I share it with my parents?
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you so much, yaar. It's just lovely.
This was just done when we did the first batch. And we realized that the meditation went outstanding. Yeah, everybody loved it so much. So, and actually it was my niece who put all the music at the back and got it all in order. So we did it, and I thought it was good for keeps. And
yes, definitely.
Nice. So we said, yes, why not? Ban gaya hai ek resource, so let's just use it. So
yeah, it's been very beautifully done, I must say.
Yeah. It was a good thing.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Hi, Ruchi. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning, Shruti. Good morning. Just 1 second, Shruti. Darshika, do I need to put it only where it's visible? Darshika, it's completely up to you. The reason why we say put it where it is visible because it also creates a lot of curiosity for other family members. Like your child might be interested, or your spouse might be interested, or your in-laws, or your mother, or your sibling, or whoever else is there in your house, they may be interested. Okay, so
Okay.
putting it in a place where it's visible, आते जाते उनकी भी नजर पड़ती है. So whether they want to or not, out of curiosity, they may read it.
Okay.
That is why it's better to put it in a place where it's more visible to more people. And like I said yesterday, don't try and force them into doing these things. Don't do that. Let that curiosity generate. And bit by bit, every single day, there will be something added on from these exercises so that curiosity will build. But if you keep it inside, keep one inside, that's perfectly fine. I'm not saying no to that. But I'm saying also keep it outside so that there are more and more people who can see it.
Okay.
So this
Yeah,
is
sure. Thank you.
this is only for that. Yeah. Yeah, Shruti, did you want to share something?
No, just want to greet a good morning.
Good morning. Okay. Yes, Suman, please share. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, good morning, Ruchi.
Good morning.
I want to share some very overwhelming feeling which I got yesterday.
Yeah.
In one of my desires in the first day, short-term desire, we are a group of five very close friends, and four of them joined just on my saying without even me doing it, but they joined. The fifth one was not so keen about it.
Okay.
Something just shifted yesterday, and she said she's fine about it. She'll give it 100% try.
Nice.
And when I held the magic rock, I thanked the universe for it. I don't know, the tears kept flowing and flowing. I just couldn't step. There was stop, there was a smile and there were tears together. It was so overwhelming, that feeling. Thank you so much. And thank you, Sejal, so much for joining in.
I'm so happy to hear that. It's really nice, when you have more and more people along with you in the gratitude journey. It's just so magical, because then your language with the other people also changes. So many of them in the group right now are doing another book reading with me called Ikigai, and I know how when we talk in that book reading session, our language is so different. It's so different from maybe one or two who are not there in that, and they don't understand sometimes कि हम ये बात क्या कर रहे हैं, because हमारी काफी सारी चीजें, the words that we have started using or the connections that we have started making are very different. And so it's amazing when you have.
I also want to take this opportunity to thank my husband, who really introduced me to you. I mean, thank you so much, Prakash.
Yeah, I know he is in Kanpur, right? And
right, yeah. He definitely asked my children to do it also. And I mean, I've been into spirituality from last 15 years, but he would never understand my language. And suddenly you just shifted a lot of things in him. He's asking everybody around, do this,
Yeah,
kind of.
I think he's changing the language for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Lovely. Anyone else would like to share?
Ruchi, I just like to tell you that one of my friends called me up.
Sorry, who's speaking? So I can really.
Suraya. This is Suraya.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah. Tell me. Yes.
One of my friends called me up and we got talking, and she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "You know what? These days, this is really keeping me occupied. Not that I didn't know. Sometimes you know about it, but then you just put it aside because other things take over, or you just for some reason just put it aside."
I know, we told. Correct.
Yeah. And when I told her this, and she said, "You know what? Another friend spoke to me about it, but I didn't concentrate. How do I go about?" I said, "It's there in it's there in YouTube. It's in the Facebook." So she went to the Facebook and she's gone through the sessions, and I think she's joining in too. So I'm very happy about that, because I feel like sometimes it's nice when you talk about it and people they know about it, but the more you tell them what's happening, and then they get more interested. Yeah. So thank you, Ruchi.
Thank you. I have to thank Rachna and Anita, Babita. I don't know whether Archana is on call today, but Pushpa ji and Anju and all of y'all who have been there in the previous classes, say Shruti, all of y'all who have been earlier and have practiced it and have felt the change and then have been very aware of bringing more people into it. So that's very nice. Otherwise, honestly, the first batch, we would have about 60, 70 every day. We never crossed 70, 72, I think, is when we went maximum. When we did it with RCC Diva, it used to be 40, 45, 50 maximum that it would go up. But when I started with this one, something somewhere told me I want to have a room full of people. I want to have my house full of 100, and I want to have so many more who are listening to it on YouTube, just so that the word spreads. And that word wouldn't have spread if people like y'all, wouldn't have brought in more and more people, whether on the second day, whether on the third day, and having spread the word around. That makes a big, big difference. So my utmost thank you to all the past participants who've been so instrumental in bringing in so many more people, because you are opening it out for so many more lives, and that's beautiful. I think that's the best service that we can do from our side. So thank you so much, everyone.
Ruchi, universe has to give you back for what
Yes,
you're doing.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And give
Oh,
back
well
in
said,
manifold.
Babita.
And give
Yes,
back in
Ruchi.
manifold. Every day I'm receiving some desserts, or I'm receiving some. Yesterday, I don't know if Archana is on call, but I loved it. She sent me these masks, and I loved the way she wrote from Team Magic. She didn't even write from Archana or anything. It's like a family that we have bonded, and no matter who's sending whatever, it's coming from all of y'all together. So I'm so blessed. And like I said, I'm not at all a foodie, but my family is enjoying it quite a bit. Yeah, Pushpaji, you don't have to send anything for me. I'm very happy you're just here in the mornings, and I'm so, so glad. And Shruti, your bahu, has already sent it. Huh? She sent a lovely dessert made by her daughter, and that came last time itself. It was a lovely biscotti that she sent.
She's
And
my favorite bahu. Huh?
yeah, so aaj
I will do more on your behalf, Vaji. Don't worry. I'll send more on your behalf too.
Thank you so much.
May I share something, Ruchi? Good
Yes,
morning.
yes. Yeah, Jyoti.
Good morning to everybody.
Yes.
Interestingly, one blessing or gratitude which I've always wanted is to have a morning session. I've asked everybody, this during the day for me after 9 o'clock, I tell everybody good afternoon. So it's like, for me, I'm so a 4 a.m. person. So this was something which was somewhere I have been throwing it into the universe.
Yes.
And I have to thank my windflower, Deepa Shah and Rachna for that. Where somewhere it connected, because I truly believe I kept asking for early morning programs.
Yes.
Two is, interestingly, what you mentioned about putting out about the health. I had it on the fridge and in my restroom. So my helper, she said, "Oh my God, Akka, you're forgetting something. That's what you've written." I mean, it never occurred to me, but when you mentioned, she said, "So what did you forget?" Usually I write out few things. And I said, "Yeah, this is a reminder." So now yesterday she kept saying, "Have you got some ingredients in that? Do I have to change something?" So then I said, it's only me at home. So it's just her. So I said, this is something for both of us. Both of us have to take care of each other. So it really became a reminder when she walks in, she says, "Shall I make the kada?" So, so before she left, she checked on that. It was very important. And two is when you asked us to write, I immediately made it as my wallpaper. Throughout the day, anybody who read my message, it became like a constant reminder, because for the whole day, I'm sitting with my laptop or my computer because I've got a whole bunch of work to do. And that's the place I am the most. So I think that was a trigger which kept happening. Like every time I was seeing health in big bold letters, and everybody who were connecting with me would ask something about it. So that became like a constant affirmation throughout the day for me.
Lovely.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
and
to all.
each of the chapters, when they keep adding on, like I said, they're going to only move around four things. It's only going to move around your health, your wealth, your relationships, and your career and growth. And every chapter will keep adding more and more. So there is enough and more in these 28 practices to keep you in gratitude all day long. All day long, you'll have these triggers, you'll have these cues, you'll have ways in which you manifest this gratitude, you know. So it's beautiful the way it opens out. So thank you so much. And Jyoti, you know, while you were talking, the thought that came to me was I think someone's camera device is not on mute. Can you please check?
There's
Karuna,
so much sound at the back
yeah, there's a lot
constantly.
of sound, and actually I don't have the controls, so I can't switch it off. So can you all just check if it is Shruti, I think yours is not on mute, so can you please check, and others as well, just check once, because sometimes we don't even realize, and it is yeah, I think that's better.
Ruchi, is it okay if I mute them? If I
Yeah,
mute the
please mute
others?
them. Do you have the
Okay.
control? Because I think
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
you can do
Yeah.
that. Okay, then please mute
Yeah.
everyone.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So, you know, Jyoti, while you were just saying that, I just thought of this. If you can maybe write it down in Tamil or whatever language she understands, if you can look for that and maybe in a local language, so that our support staff or our help can also read it in their language, it'll be a really good thing, because maybe the English might not resonate with them, but maybe in Hindi or maybe in Tamil, I'm not sure, you know, whether we can write the right language, but I'm sure if we look it up on the internet, we will find it. I'm sure we will find the translation, but I think it'll be a good idea for them to write it in their language. They will be able to do that. Yeah. 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 Okay, Arpita, we will talk about it in a little while, and I will talk about how you can take this forward. I understand you're very worried at the moment, so maybe if you want, you can just listen in right now, and then I will tell you how we can write more positive affirmations around that. Okay, I understand that you might be worried at the moment, but just stay with this. Just stay with what we are going to be doing right now, and then we will talk about this in a while. Okay, all right. So who was going to read?
Yeah, I'm Gauri here, Gauri
Yes, yes,
Chavla.
Gauri. Yeah, so Gauri, I'm just going to share the screen. Just tell me if you can see it. Just give me a second. Yeah, Gauri, can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Day 5.
Day 5, Magic Money. Gratitude is riches, complaint is poverty. Christian Science hymnal. If there's a lack of money in your life, understand that feeling worried, envious, jealous, disappointed, discouraged, doubtful, or fearful about money can never bring more money to you, because those feelings come from a lack of gratitude for the money you have. Complaining about money, arguing about money, getting frustrated about money, being critical of the cost of something, or making someone else feel bad about money are not acts of gratitude. And the money in your life can never improve. It will worsen.
Okay, so now first understand that what kind of emotions or what kind of a connection do you have with money. Now, what do you mean by having a connection with money? What is your whole equation with money? Do you feel very positive about having the money in your life, or do you feel negative about the things that you don't have because you don't have the enough, you do not have enough money in your life? Now, somewhere this is also related to our childhood experiences, okay, where we are told certain things in our childhood, where we are made to believe certain things in our childhood. Now, I'm not telling whether your parents were right or wrong. I always believe that as parents, even we, when we become parents, or our parents, they have always done whatever they thought was right. So no parent has a wrong intention. So they don't do it with a wrong intention, or you don't do it with a wrong intention, but just understand, how have you been raised around this whole equation of money? Have you been told things like, and these are very common things, पैसे इतने खर्च कर रहे हो, तुमको क्या लगता है पैसे पेड़ पे उगते हैं? कभी जब अपने पैसे कमाने बैठोगे तब तुमको समझ आएगा कितनी मुश्किल से पैसे आते हैं. These are sentences that we have grown up hearing. Okay, now there's nothing wrong in that, but it's just that we are starting with a very negative feeling about money. We are made to believe that earning money is a lot of hard work. Money does not come easily. It is, without money you cannot have anything in life. Now those are very negative sentences that we have brought in to believe, and that also makes us believe that money will be in scarcity. It's the fear that we have, it's the doubt that we have. And then along with the doubt also comes in envy and jealousy. When we see other people having certain riches, we begin to feel very envious. Bhai, uske paas to itna paisa hai. She can afford everything. He can afford everything. It's very easy for them to say these things. But we begin to have an envious or a jealous, feeling towards money. So this is about what kind of an equation do you have towards money, and how are you going to change that equation? It is first very important to change your attitude towards money, because if you are going to believe in scarcity, you will not be given in abundance. You have to start believing in abundance in order to start attracting abundance. Okay, so first understand what is my attitude, or what is my relationship with money. Is it a positive relationship where I believe I will always be given more than enough, or do I have a negative feeling towards money, where I have envy, where I have jealousy, where I have doubt, or where I'm scared that I will not be able to get enough money? So the first part is really about acknowledging or becoming aware, what kind of an attitude do I have towards money? First, let's start with that, and then things will begin to change. Yeah. Continue, Gauri. Yeah. No matter
what your current situation, the very thought that you don't have enough money is being ungrateful for the money you have. You,
yeah, I'll just read that. Can you see it?
Yeah. You have to get your current situation out of your mind and instead feel grateful for the money you do have. So the money in your life can magically increase.
Yeah.
Whoever has gratitude for money will be given more, and she or he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude for money, even what she or he has will be taken from her or him.
Yeah, now I come back to this. This is very, very important. One thing is to have gratitude. The other thing is when you don't have gratitude. I think this is the only thing you should be scared about, that if I don't have enough gratitude for whatever I have will also be taken away from me. So this is, I feel this is the most powerful sentence in the entire book. Whoever has gratitude for health, for money, for love, for relationships, for career, growth, desires, opportunities, will be given more, or he or she will have an abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude for money, even what he or she has, will be taken from him or her. So please understand this. Please get this very, very right. Not having gratitude for something will slowly show that you start coming down in that area of your life. So it's very important that you understand that. Yeah. Feeling grateful for money. Yeah.
Feeling grateful for money when you have very little is challenging for anyone. But when you understand that nothing will change until you are grateful, you will be inspired to do it. The subject of money can be a tricky one for many people, especially when they don't have enough. So there are 2 steps to the magic money practice. It's important that you read through the entire practice of magic money at
the beginning of the day, because you will, yeah.
At the beginning of the day, because I can see that.
Okay, I'll just read this part and then you join in.
Sure.
Beginning of the day, and continue with the magic practice throughout the day. Now, can you read?
Yeah.
Sit down. Yeah.
Sit down and take a few minutes to think back through your childhood before you had any or much money. As you recall each memory where money was paid for you, say and feel the magic words, thank you, with all your heart for each instance.
Okay, Gauri,
Did you-
I'll just stop you. I'll just stop you here. We're going to do this as a meditative exercise again. Okay, so I want everyone to sit comfortably, cross-legged, and close your eyes. Gauri, just do the exercise with everyone, and then when we're ready, I will ask you to read again.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So now I want you to do this as an exercise where I want to take you back to your childhood. And I did this with the gratitude evening group, where I made them realize, because they are youngsters, they were 16-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and to make them first feel grateful for everything that they have. Because sometimes we get so stuck with that one thing that I don't have. It could be a gadget, it could be a PS4, it could be something else. I'm just talking from what the teenagers wanted. But sometimes we get so focused कि अरे मेरे पास वो गाड़ी नहीं है, अरे मेरे पास वो jewelry नहीं है, अरे मेरे पास वो solitaire नहीं है, अरे मेरे पास वो particular I don't know, something related to gadgets or something. We get so stuck with that one thing we don't have that we completely forget everything else that we have. Okay, so the first part of the practice is to show you how magical your childhood was, because all the things I'm going to call out right now are very basic stuff, and I'm very, very sure that each of you had this. Okay, so I want you to sit straight, close your eyes, and go back into your childhood. Look at yourself as a child. Go back into the house that you have grown back in, you have grown up in. And because most of us are women here and we have got married and come into another house, we've lived in one house earlier and now we've come into another house. For the men, it could be the same house, but you have grown up in that house in a different way. So please go back to that house where you have grown up and now think about these things. I'm going to go slow so you can visualize these things. Did you always have food to eat? Think about the food that you used to eat as a child. Did you live in a home? Did you have a roof over your head? Did you receive an education over many years? Think about the school that you went to. How did you travel to school each day? What was the mode of transport? Did you have your car? Did you have a two-wheeler? Did you take the public transport? Did you walk to school? How did you go to school each day? Did you have a school bus? Did you have school books, school lunches, and all the things you needed for school? Did you have the stationery? Did your mother pack a little lunch box for you? Did you go on any vacations when you were a child? The holidays that you took, even if it meant going to your grandmom's house, because as children, that was a major part of our vacation when we went into our Nani Ma's house or our Nani Ji's house or our Nani Badi, or whichever way you want to say, your maternal uncle's house. Where did you spend your vacations? What were the most exciting birthday gifts you received when you were a child? Birthdays were not so lavish as we have it for our children now, but definitely our parents made them special in their own way. and we were probably given, money like 10 rupees or 11 rupees or 21 rupees or 51 rupees as a birthday gift. But were you given some gift as a child on your birthday? Did you have a bike, toys, or a pet? I'm sure we had our own toys. Maybe they were kitchen sets, maybe they were Scrabble, maybe they were Monopoly, maybe they were some other board games. Did you have clothes as you grow so quickly from one size to the next? Did you always have clothes to wear? Even if those were hand-me-downs, because it was very common at that time that the older sibling clothes were kept for the younger sibling or from your cousin's house, but they were always in good condition. Did you have clothes when you were growing up? Did you go to the movies, play sports, learn a musical instrument, or pursue a hobby? So were you sent for any extracurricular activities when you were a child? Did you go out to play any sport? Did you go to the doctor and take medicine when you were not well? How were you taken care of when you were not well? Did you go to the dentist? Did you have essential items that you used every day, like toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, shampoo? Did you have all these things for your daily necessities? Did you travel in a car? Did you watch television? For some of us in our childhood, when we were probably 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, the television came in at that time. Did you have make phone calls using those big boxes with those dialing round ones? Did you use lights, electricity, water? Did you have all these basic amenities? Jayashree, can you check your device is not on mute? Can you please put it on mute?
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. So go back to your childhood and think about all these things that you had. All these things cost money and you received them all at no charge. As you travel back through memories of your childhood and youth, you'll realize how many things you received that equate to hard-earned money. Be grateful for every single instance and memory, because when you feel sincere gratitude for the money you've received in the past, your money will magically increase in the future. It is guaranteed by universal law. Okay, you may now open your eyes. The idea is to just try and change your attitude towards what you have received so far. And going back into your childhood memories, you realize that all your life, you've had the basic amenities. We've all had food, clothing, shelter. We've in fact had more than food, clothing, shelter, because we've also had birthday gifts, we've gone to movies, we've gone for vacations, we've got an education. So we've got more than what the common man gets. So first, by starting out to giving gratitude to it is extremely important. Okay, Gauri, you can read now.
To continue with the practice of magic money, to take a dollar bill, and there's a chat in between, I'm not able to read it.
Okay, so you can just move that cursor.
I did
You
that.
did? Is it still interrupting?
No, now it's okay.
Okay, all right, great. Yes.
Sure. To continue with the practice of magic money, take a dollar bill and write on a sticker that you place on the bill. Thank you for all the money I've been given throughout my life.
Yeah, just one second. Now, just 1 second. So this is your tagline for today. Thank you for all the money I have been given throughout my life. So you first start by showing gratitude that all your life you have been given all money. Okay, now when I say money here, it is all the things I made you go over in your childhood that you have got as very basic stuff, but none of that would have happened without money. So start out by saying, thank you for all the money I have been given throughout my life. Now, how are you going to do this? You're going to take a regular 100 rupee note or a 500 rupee note or a 2000 rupee note or a 10 rupee note or a 20 rupee note, whatever you want to take, but you will take a physical note. Okay. And on that, take another piece of paper and write it down on that piece of paper. Don't write it down on your note. Don't write it on the note directly. Take another piece of paper and write it down on that paper. Thank you for all the money I have been given throughout my life. And then stick that onto this note. Okay. And now, what are you going to do with this note? It's going to come up in the, later in the chapter. Yeah. Take your magic dollar bill. Yeah.
Take your magic dollar bill. I'm with you
Okay,
today.
I'll read.
Yeah, no, I was just checking if I'm not on mute,
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Sure. Take your magic dollar bill with you today and put it in your wallet, purse, or pocket, at least once in the morning and once in the afternoon, or as many times as you want. Take it out and hold the magic dollar bill in your hands. Read your written words and be truly grateful for the abundance of money you've been given in your life. The more sincere you are and the more you feel it, the faster you will see a miraculous change to the circumstances of your money.
Okay, so now what you're going to do with this is you're going to write it on one note. Now, all the others who are doing it for the second time and are with me now again on the journey, please find another note. Okay, and now put it down on another note and put it down in another place. So last time when I had done it with the RCC Diva group, I had made another note and I had put it in the place where I keep all my extra cash and everything. But today I'm going to make one more of it, and probably I'm going to stick it somewhere, or probably I'm going to put it inside another purse of mine or inside a piggy bank or some other place. But do it again. Please do the activity again, because it is only going to bring in more and more and more. All right. If you want, you can probably make one now, because most of your families are also getting involved in this. Make one now and put it in your husband's wallet, or make one now and put it inside your child's piggy bank. So just make one today as well and add it on. And what are you going to do? I think we'll just stick to our prescription of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So today for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you're going to see this note where you have put it, you have stuck it, and then you're going to say, just repeat the word the way it is given. Just stick to the language the way it is given. Don't try to change the language. Thank you for all the money I have been given throughout my life. This one sentence will change your attitude towards money. If it is negative, if it says that I don't have enough, someone else has more, if there's envy, there's jealousy, there's doubt, there's fear, these are all negative emotions. And the minute we change it and we make it positive, and you tell yourself, the universe is so bounty, the universe is constantly giving me an abundance, more and more and more, your relationship with money has changed. And the minute the relationship with the money has changed, you become much more positive. And then what you give is what you're going to receive. So when your attitude has become positive towards money, you are bound to get back more and more and more money. Yeah. You will never know ahead of time. Yeah.
You will never know ahead of time how your money will increase, but likely you will see many different circumstances change for you to have more money. You could find money you didn't realize you had, receive unexpected cash or checks, receive discounts, rebates, or decrease in costs, or receive all kinds of material things that would have cost you money.
Yeah. So now don't think of money just in the physical form. Okay. It's not necessary that you'll only get it as cash or as a deposit in your bank. It can come in various other ways. In case you have ordered something and suddenly it pops up, congratulations, you have been selected for a 30% discount, or you're going to get a money back on this, or because you've used your Citibank or Axis Bank or whatever bank card you have used, this ensures that you get something back. Please understand that is also receiving money. So when you get a rebate, when you get a discount, when there is a decrease in cost, maybe you've gone to buy something and suddenly on the day of buying it, the cost has come down. That is also receiving money, but in a different way. So be very, very aware of all these things that are happening around you. Okay. Yeah. After today,
put your magic dollar bill in a place where you will continue to see it every day to remind you to be grateful for the abundance of money you have been given. Never forgetting that the more times you look at your magic dollar bill and feel gratitude for the money you have been given, the more magic you will bring forth. An abundance of gratitude for money equals an abundance of money.
yeah, so this is exactly what you have to remember, that keep it in a place where you continue to see it every day. So the best place, at least the way I have seen it, has been in your wallet. So every time you are making a payment, whether you're buying your groceries, your vegetables, paying the dhobi wala, paying your salary, any time that you are taking money out from your wallet, you see that note. And the minute you see that note, subconsciously you tell yourself, thank you for all the money I have been given throughout my life. It's about again and again seeing these practices, because otherwise the only two practices you're going to be doing all through the day is your 10 gratitude in the morning and the magic rock at night. But when you have these little clues which are stuck up in maybe your mirror, or maybe on your refrigerator, or in your bathroom, or wherever this has been stuck up, it is going to be constant reminder for you that I'm so grateful for my health. Now we are adding on money to it, or your wealth. So I'm so grateful for all the money I have been given throughout my life. And the more we are going to show gratitude, there's going to be that much more abundance which is going to come your way. Okay. If you find yourself, yes.
Yeah. If you find yourself in a situation where you're about to complain about something to do with money, whether it's through your words or your thoughts, ask yourself, am I willing to pay the price for this complaint? Because that one complaint will slow or even stop the flow of money.
Yeah, and remember what it was said earlier, for every complaint, you need to have 10 blessings. So, do you want to spend that time? Of course, it's a beautiful thing if you just spend time in writing your blessings. But doing it as a punishment, this is almost like a punishment which says, Acha chalo, aapne ek complaint kari. Now, this is, how schools mein kabhi kabhi as teachers, at least I never made them write because I thought it was a futile exercise. But as children, we have probably written down कि पूरे class को imposition मिल गई है. The whole class was talking. Now, what is the whole class doing? They're sitting in silence and they're writing, we will not make noise when the teacher is not in the room. And what are they doing? Poor things are writing it 100 times. So this is more like an imposition. So if you complain about it, do you want to do the imposition of having 10 blessings around it? Okay. So don't look at it like that. Even if it is a thought that comes to you, quickly change it into it and just say that sentence, thank you so much for all the money I have got throughout my life. And the minute you say that, your energy will change, your thoughts will change, and that immediately will shift you from a negativity towards money to a positive attitude towards money. And that is what is important. Okay. Yeah.
From this day forward, make a promise to yourself that whenever you receive any money, whether it's your salary for work, a refund or discount, or something that someone gives you that costs money, you will be truly grateful for it. Each of these circumstances means that you have received money, and each instance gives you an opportunity to use gratitude's magical power to increase and multiply your money, even more by being grateful for the money you've just received.
Yeah. So now from this day forward, you have to make a shift in the way you are about money. So from this day forward, make a promise to yourself that whenever you receive money, whether it's your salary for work, a refund, a discount, or something that someone has given you that costs money, even that is receiving money, and you will be truly grateful for it. Each of these circumstances means that you have received money, and each instance gives you an opportunity to use gratitude's magical power to increase and multiply your money even more by being grateful for the money you have just received. So being grateful and saying that thank you so much, I have received this, or thank you so much, I have received this money, or thank you so much that you have sent something over for me because that has costed money, is about showing your gratitude. And with that, there will be abundance of money coming your way. So what is the magical practice for today? Yeah.
Magic practice number 5, magic money. Step 1, repeat steps 1 to 3 of magic practice number 1. Count your blessings, make a list of 10 blessings, write why you are grateful, reread your list, say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel gratitude for each one. 2, sit down and take a few minutes to think back through your childhood and all the things you received that were provided at no charge to you. Number 3, as you recall each memory where where money was paid for you, say and feel the magic words, thank you, with all your heart for
each instance. Can you see it now?
Yeah, for each instance.
Yeah.
Number 4, take a dollar bill or other small bill and write on a sticker that you place on the bill in big bold letters. Thank you for all the money I've been given throughout my life. Number 5, take your magic dollar bill with you today, and at least once in the morning and once in the afternoon, or as many times as you want, take it out and hold the magic dollar bill in your hands. Read your written words and be truly grateful for the abundance of money you've been given. Number 6, after today, put your magic dollar bill somewhere. You will see it every day to remind you to continue to be grateful for the abundance of money you have been given in your life.
Yeah, just before you go to sleep tonight.
Yeah, just number 7.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Okay, I'll read that for you. Just before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock, in one hand and say the magic words, thank you for the best thing that happened during the day. Okay, so thank you, Gauri, for reading that for us.
Pleasure.
Yes,
Thank you.
So we're going to do this as a simple exercise today, because actually step 2, 3 and 2 and 3 I have already done with you. I have already done that childhood experience, memory experience with you. So that's taken care of. But if you still want to sit down and go over your childhood, please feel free to do that. Don't worry about it. Please go through that. It will only help you more and more. But what you will do immediately after the call gets over now is first write down your 10 blessings. And after every blessing, say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel the gratitude for each one. After that, you will take out a note, whether it is a 100 rupee, 500 rupee, 2000 rupee, 10 rupee, 20 rupee. The denomination really doesn't matter as long as you have a proper note in your hand. And on that note, take another piece of paper and stick it. And maybe here, Priya and Arna, you have your craft activity for the day, and make it nice and pretty with maybe some nice money signs and dollar signs around it. That's perfectly fine. Thank you for all the money I have been given throughout my life. And you write that down, you make that sticker, and you stick it on the note. Now, all through the day today, again, I'm saying let's just make it our vitamin G, or our vitamin gratitude, where we practice it all through the day. So your morning, your noon, your lunch, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, take that dollar bill out and at least once through the day at that time, hold it and say thank you and feel truly grateful for all the money you have been given throughout your life. Now, after that, tonight, maybe put it in a place where you see it every day to remind you to continue to be grateful for the abundance of money you have been given in your life. And trust me, there are 2, 3 more practices which are going to come up in later in the book, where you will be made to feel grateful for money at every step. And I don't want to give it away, because as and when we come for it, we will go and talk about it. And of course, before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock and think about the best thing that happened during the day and say thank you for that. Okay, so that's the end of the chapter. If anyone would like to share, yeah.
Ruchi, one doubt.
Yes.
As you said that you can keep that dollar in your husband's wallet.
Yes. Yes.
But the 3 times we are not going to, every time we are not be with him. So how can we see that?
I was saying for people who have already done the practice.
Okay.
First, it is for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just saying that for others who have been doing this practice. So as an additional thing now, then you put it in your husband's wallet or your child's piggy bank or wherever. Now your children are also listening to it and they're also discussing it with you. So maybe get them also to write out their own thank you notes, on thank you for all the money I have been given throughout my life, and maybe tell them to put it inside their piggy banks or wherever they keep their money, so that they can keep seeing it. So that was only additional. First, it is only for yourself. So first, it's into your wallet. Yes.
So we have to constantly see 3 to 4 times in that wallet.
Yes. Today.
Yeah, today.
And after that, whenever you open the wallet, you will anyway see the money there.
Yeah, because nowadays in lockdown we hardly go out, so we hardly open our purse.
I know. So maybe put it in a place where you see it more often.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I remember last time. Yeah, just one quick share. Yeah, thank you, Rachna, for showing that. Yes, one quick share. Last time Kirti's husband had told her, "क्यों तुम लोग note पे लिखते हो? तुमको credit card पे लिखना चाहिए," because that's what we used to do. So I just wanted to share that it was, she called me and she told me, "See, Sharad is telling me this. कि इस पे क्यों लिख रहे हो? Credit card पे लिखो." So that's just a joke. Yeah, Rachna.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you that I had done it this way, but I think today when I heard it again, it seems like you're saying कि note के ऊपर लिखना है. So I had done this way.
No. Note के ऊपर नहीं लिखना है. वो जो स्टिकर बनाना है, उसको note के ऊपर चिपकाना है.
It's not to be done this way.
Yeah, this is also fine, because honestly, the point is that you see the money and you see the note.
Yeah.
So that's perfectly fine. That's also fine. She is telling that take the dollar bill or whatever.
Yeah.
And uske upar hi laga do. So maybe today when you make one,
I'll do that.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
You can put a post-it on it. You can put a post-it on it.
Yes, you can put a post-it, but please make sure you stick it everywhere.
Okay.
Because otherwise the post-it might not stick. So make sure you stick it from every side.
Ruchi, this is Soshina here. Ruchi?
Yeah, Soshina, just 1 second. Someone else wanted to speak and I'll come to you next. Okay? Yeah, yes, Pushpaji. Yeah.
Yeah, just a thought occurred to me while you were talking about this gratitude. I would like to write to my parents and send it to them. So I think definitely they'll feel so nice.
Absolutely.
Because at the moment I'm just thinking about it by myself.
Yes.
I would like to share it with them,
Absolutely. Go ahead and
do that today.
Yes, it's a great idea. Yes, Soshina. Yeah.
See, I have used it like sticky pads.
Yes, that's fine. Absolutely. It's just that, that post-it note should not fly away. So what I would suggest is you have that transparent sticker. I mean, that transparent sellotape that comes, just put it on top of it so that it stays there. Yeah,
Thank you.
Whichever way. Yes, Vanita. Hi, good morning. Yes.
Good
yeah,
or
exactly.
ऐसे बोला.
Yes.
So see, last time, so इसको I can keep it in Vijay's wallet and I can write a new one. That's what you suggest.
Yes. I suggest, that write it and put it in one more place. What's the harm? There's no harm. Rachna, just see, this is exactly what I was talking about. Vanita, if you can show it clearly. So the note is there at the back, and there is another paper which is stuck on it. So you can do it this way today. But both the ways are fine, as long as you can see the currency note and you can read it, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought कि वो note खराब होगा and हमारे यहाँ लक्ष्मी को crumble नहीं करना, लक्ष्मी को इज्जत से रखना. So I thought, but never mind. Now you said that you can just put it like a tape or something. And
honestly, that is why you're not writing directly on the note. You're writing on a piece of paper,
and then
So
thank you. Thank you so much.
Rachna, Ruchi ने लक्ष्मी को friend बना लिया है, तो बता रही है लक्ष्मी को कैसे खुश रखना है.
Buddyhood.
Ruchi, I usually keep always either a dollar bill, euro bill, something. It's always in my wallet. And so today when you said that, along with it, it always pops for me as a reminder to respect and to keep looking at the abundance. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to put it along with this, because this is something I have to pull up for my driver's license or whatever. So I'm going to keep it with it. It's okay, right? I don't have to necessarily stick it. It's going to be there.
It's as long as it can stay there.
Stays right there.
Yeah, as long as it can stay there. And I hope it's an original dollar bill, right? You're not using another
euro bill.
Perfect. Lovely.
Original euro. I just thought abundance, right? So do it double.
Absolutely. Let's look at the highest denomination possible.
Yeah, so I put something. It's been there for years in my wallet.
Just make sure it's attached with it so that you can keep seeing it. Okay. So what I feel, Jyoti, and this is completely my take on it, that sometimes we look at other ways to do something. Now, if she has told us to stick it,
I'm going to stick it to this and keep
just stick it. Absolutely.
Stick it and fold it and put it.
Yes.
That's what I'm.
Just
Ruchi,
wanted
can
to
I say
share
something?
Sorry, 1 second. Gauri,
I just wanted to share. It's like a series, a continuity of meditation on the same topic of wealth that we are talking today.
Yes.
2, 3, they're small things, but for me, they matter personally. Yesterday night, every day before sleeping, I wish my parents good night. They're in Delhi, I'm in Chennai. And I talk to them even for 2 minutes or 5 minutes. And yesterday I took a long time. I spent a long time to talk to them. They are otherwise, sleepy at that time. I also have had a long day. So my father spoke with me we were talking about my business and about my clients and everything, and what are the new things we are doing in our work. And he was appreciating it about the business, that we are trying new things and doing them. And he was telling me about Shukrana. He was talking about, in English, I translated it to gratitude for him. Yes, he said, He was saying about how you should be thankful to God that in these circumstances, you're able to do all these things. We don't know, we are having pension, but when government stops, he was being philosophical, and he was talking about money. And he was, after very long, maybe we don't talk about it in years, but he was telling me, educating me about money, first of all. Then my camera, my laptop camera was not working for more than a few days. And just now, before we started, you said who? I said, okay, I'll read. But I thought, I don't even have a camera, I wish I could, while I'm reading, and I tried it, it worked. And I just wanted to say, it was meant that, I read it and I'm visible. And my father was talking about gratitude, about money. And then in the morning, you took us through our childhood, and I was thanking them. That's what I wanted to say, sorry. That, I had tears in my eyes, like somebody else also said, that apart from 1 or 2 minor ticks, I had such big ticks for everything, in spite of whatever circumstances they were in, that I was so thankful to them that how much they have taken us through and taken care of us. It costed money, actually, so much money.
And we never really realize it. And, that is why I wanted to do it as a meditative exercise, because when I did it with the children, I did it like that. And it really made a big difference in their life, because they, so many of them gave me the feedback that, Auntie, all along we have only been thinking about my friend has this gadget, or my friend has that PS4 and I don't have this, and they have a bigger television and all of that. But today you have made us realize how much we have to be grateful for. And that's one thing which I feel with this generation. And somewhere I feel that we have got so accustomed to these things that we even begin to believe that it's our birthright to have it. We don't think of it as something that to be grateful for, but we have started taking these things as ye to hona hi chahiye. It is, what we call that there is a sense in us which says that we are entitled to it. Actually, the word that I was looking for was entitled. And somewhere this generation which is coming up, they feel extremely entitled for a lot of things, and every once in a while to shake them up and not to have make them have a negative feeling towards money, but to have the gratitude towards money to that is why, at a young age, if we can expose our children to the lesser fortunate, to be able to get them to be interactive with the people who have less than they have, it's a great way to feel, not to expose them to the poverties in the world, but to expose them to what you have and to be grateful for that. That whole sense of entitlement which they are growing up with, that is something which really has to be put in check. And all 58 of them who are there with me, in their own ways, beautifully told me that how much they realized they have so much to be grateful for by little things that we take for granted. And it's amazing, when we go back to our childhood and we do that, it makes so much sense. Yeah. And right now,
Thank you.
That was beautiful, Ruchi. That was really beautiful.
Thank you.
And that meditation it was really emotional.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm glad. Thank
Ruchi,
you.
are you going to post the meditation for us also, like
The
you did for
childhood one?
yeah for the child? For
I
the child, and your voice is so soothing and it's so
yes.
reassuring, and it actually
Yes,
takes us
Ruchi.
back. Please do
Yes,
that.
Ruchi.
okay, I'll
Yeah,
do
do
that.
that.
I'll
Yeah.
check with my
Ruchi,
yes.
with your
Yeah. Okay,
meditation,
now
I
one second,
realized.
guys. 1 second. Priya wanted to say something, so let's go to Priya, and then we will come to you, Ruchika.
Yeah, Ruchi, I wanted to echo the sentiments that Gauri just said.
Right.
That definitely the meditation was very beautiful.
Yeah.
And somewhere, I feel during this pandemic this year, many of us have not been able to go back to our parents.
Yes.
I,
Yes.
I can't tell you the feelings that I was going through, the whole thing of, not having met them and reliving your childhood during these few minutes in the morning was so, so beautiful that it's given a totally different perspective. Till now, I was just cribbing that, oh, this year I haven't been able to go. Will I be able to go? When will I meet them? But today I realize that this whole perspective of just reliving what I have got can also make me feel so close to them despite of not having gone back there. So
I'm
thank
so
you,
happy.
really, thank you for adding this way of thinking. It really
Thank you.
makes a lot of difference. It was
Thank you.
beautiful today morning. Can't thank
Thank
you
you.
enough for this actually.
Thank you so much. Yes,
Ruchi,
Ruchika. Yeah. Yeah.
when we were practicing the meditation today,
Hmm.
and we covered up the topic of toys, we
Hmm.
covered up the topic of stationery.
Hmm.
Now, when I was young, I was not so fortunate to, have a collection of stationery or collection of toys. But now I can relate it to my craziness and madness, the OCD about, having a drawer full of stationery. And, every day a parcel comes for a toy. Every day. I'm not fond of clothes, not so much. I'm not so fond of jewelry, but toys, they are so close to my heart. For my both the kids. In fact, I can open an Hamleys at home. It is, that I have all the toys, almost, more than 50% of toys what Hamleys has. But,
Yes.
I could connect to my, this overwhelming behavior of buying the toys and stationery. The two things that I have missed in my childhood, when, particularly the topic of toys or particularly the topic of stationery was taken up. But still, I was blessed, maybe my mother did 3 pieces of a pencil, between 3 kids. But I had that, a blessing of having that 1/3 of the pencil.
Lovely.
Maybe the toys were the second hand forwarded from my sister, but I had, some toys to play with. That is, I just wanted to share that, that was a beautiful thing that came out during the meditation today, that I could connect. Why am I doing so much excess? Because I had that missing part in my childhood, and I want to give that to my kids. Though they don't value it, that's a
I
different
hope
thing.
you are playing with the toys also, because you can read
Exactly.
anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So my
Absolutely.
friends say that your kids are not playing with toys. In fact, you are playing with the toys now.
How nice is that? Isn't that lovely?
I know. Yeah.
Ruchi,
Okay,
can
so
I
a
say
couple of
something?
yeah, just 1 second. There are a couple of questions here that I'd like to answer first, and then we can go to some more sharing. On the bills we have paid and cleared, we can write affirmation. So for the bills, Vaishali, you will be getting another chapter, and we will be doing that. So at the moment, just hold on to that. When we do the chapter, it will come out much more clearly. I don't want to explain it right now. So let's just go slow on the process. But yes, there is an entire chapter where we talk about the bills that we have to pay and the bills that we have paid. Okay, so we will do that. Will it lead to fear in children? Suman, it will not lead to fear in children, because I'm not telling you to tell them, देखो तुम्हारे पास कितना है. You are telling them that whatever you have, to show gratitude for that. There's no fear which is involved in that, because we are not adding to it. If you are not going to be grateful right now, whatever you have will also be taken away. No, but this is to make them realize not to feel entitled for it. So whatever extra that they are looking for, whether it is for if I have a PS3, I want to upgrade to a PS4. If I have a PS4, I want to upgrade to a PS5, or I don't know how many have come up now, but you just want to keep upgrading. Now this is to say, can I first be very grateful for what I already have? Okay, so there's no question of fear that can come in over there. It's not coming in any way, right? Okay.
Ruchi?
I'm just trying to see if there's any question. Yeah, thank you. Yes. Somebody wanted to share something?
Yeah, I wanted to share, Ruchi.
Yes, Shruti. Yeah.
So while we were doing this meditative exercise,
Hmm.
I recall that my mom, from the age of 1 till I became a teenager, she used to celebrate me and my brother's birthday, and in fact, all the children of the family. And she used to have very special handcrafted these koi bags and return gifts. There used to be games. Definitely not what is happening today, but
Yeah.
every birthday there used to be a crowd of 100 people where the family, friends, everyone used to be there. And she used to take special efforts to add the personal touches and make it more. And so I was remembering that time. And it was she who introduced us to Scrabble, the board games, Ludo, Snakes and Ladders. And till today, when we go, the game of cards, how to, improve your mental thing.
Yeah.
So till today, when we go, we all sit and we still play those games and still enjoy that. So my gratitude towards definitely both the set of my parents for giving us a wonderful
Childhood. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is why this exercise is important, because the minute we begin to feel grateful, our shift happens from feeling negative towards money towards start feeling positive towards money. And when you know that I have been given so much throughout my life, I am blessed with so much in life. Now, if I keep comparing it, unless I am, sitting with the Ambanis and I'm comparing with them, Hamesha there will be somebody who has something more, right? So this is about saying that whatever I have been given a lot. And when that change happens, that my attitude or my relationship with money changes and it becomes positive, that's when I get and attract more and more money in my life. Okay. So that's the whole point of doing an exercise exercise like this. And at this point, I'll also like to say, although it's not come up in this group, but it has come up in the previous groups, am I getting very materialistic, or am I getting very greedy if I'm asking for more money? Because some of you all might feel like that or think like that, but I personally feel what you are using the money for is very, very important. So I want to make a lot of money, and I'm talking about myself, because I also want to give it back. हर जगह charity आपके physical उससे नहीं होती, या can everybody else who's not speaking please put yourselves on mute, because I think it's causing a disturbance. Just check your devices once. Priya, can you mute everyone?
Ruchi ma'am, I have a query, Ruchi ma'am.
Yeah, just 1 second, Bela. Let me just finish this thought and then we can. So until then, can you just mute yourself, because otherwise there's disturbance. Yeah. Okay. So this whole thing that if I make more money, am I getting greedy? Now, I don't look at it as getting greedy, because you do need money for things in life. And if I say that a part of the money that I'm going to make, I want to spend it on underprivileged children. So for me, I want to take more and more underprivileged children on camps. I want to take them to more and more places where they can be exposed to an outdoor life, where they can be exposed to trekking, they can be exposed to adventure sports. So for me, I look at it as very important for me to make all that money, because I also want to give a lot of that money back. So please understand that making money is not being greedy if you also know where you want to spend that money. Okay, so it's important that a part of it, that's completely up to you, whether you want to give 100% back to charity, whether you want to give 50%, 20%, 10%, 5%, 2%, whatever amount you want to give back. But please have it in your mind that some amount of money I want to give back, I want to donate, I want to do as charity. And that is important, because when you give is when you are going to receive. So you will see that in a lot of religions and in a lot of customs, it is a part, whether it is in the church, and in the medieval times there used to be something called a tithe, which was a mandatory charity that everybody had to do, whether it is in our Hindu culture, whether it is in the Jains, whether it is in the Muslims and the Christians. All of us have a way by religion where we give back, and it is important that we give that money back as charity. Okay, so please understand, making more money is not at all being greedy, because you're also associating it with giving it back, right? So that's important. Yeah. Yes, Bela.
Today while doing the meditation, I felt, that I was not at all grateful for what I got. I mean, that feeling was, I don't, there's a scare, there was, I don't know how to put it. There's a fear that was not grateful.
Yes.
So how do I deal with it now?
So what was the fear?
The fear was like, I was not grateful for what I got in my life.
Till then, right?
Yeah, till today, I mean, I feel like
So
I
now
was not
it's changed.
grateful.
So now there's no fear.
Huh? No, now there's no fear.
Now there's no fear. So like they say na, jab utho tabi savera. So you're woken up now. So bas ho gaya. So don't worry.
One more thing I always believed in. My father taught me this. Never be on the taking side. Always be on the giving side. I've been trying to practice that. But that feeling is really good. Always be on the giving side, whether it is forgiveness or charity or whatever. It is always better to be on the giving side than on the taking side.
Lovely.
I believe in that philosophy and I follow that philosophy.
Amazing. Amazing. So don't be worried about what you were doing so far. Now you change. That's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah.
The day you go for your first morning walk is the day your exercise has started. Doesn't matter what you've been doing before. That's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Ruchi, can I share?
Yes, Manji. Yes.
So, yeah, I know at the cost of repeating, but the meditation exercise has been just a superb and an awesome experience. It actually took us back to our childhood. And I mean, our parents, the way they've done for us, the fact that they've taken a loan, we were not aware. where whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted, they gave it to us, be it new clothes, be it new toys, be it all our fancy stuff. And today when we are parents, like, we realize, that it is a struggle to give the children everything, all their, fancy requirements and things like that. Another point, it's something almost unbelievable. We've been talking about money for the last hour. My son, who's in Toronto, had a pending payment from one of the service providers, and it had not been coming through. And there's a lot of mail and back and forth. He's just messaged me. $1,800 is no less amount. We were thinking of just giving it up, and there was no hope inside. He's just messaged, called me up while we were doing it, and he's got it. He's got it credited to his account. This is absolutely magic. This is like truly magic. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Quickly the
Thank you.
shift happens. So quickly the shift happens the minute there is a slight change. Now, the fact that you are looking at money with abundance, okay, and not looking at it with fear, that's a huge change. It's a huge change. And it's very deep rooted in our childhood, because we have grown up in one way by listening to these things. So at least with your children, or with our children, we should not repeat these things. We should make them realize that money comes, money flows, money is like water. It will flow into your life and out of your life. You can't hold on to it. And the more people hold on to it, then they end up with just that much. They will neither be able to increase it, and they will only decrease it over a period of time. But if you believe in money as water, and it's just going to flow through you, so you will get in abundance, you will spread in abundance. It's like that. So it's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that, Manjeet. That's amazing, and congratulations.
Ruchi?
Yes, Rachna. Yeah.
On that note that you said that water will flow in and flow out, and it has nothing to do with, I just thought that if it didn't flow in and flow out and it was stagnant, that's why people are called, they're stinking rich.
Absolutely. How true.
Yeah, I'm sure that was it. I mean, that was the philosophy behind when they said stinking rich, because there was no,
they're
hoarding and they're not sharing, and it stings to see somebody who has so much and yet not have a heart enough to share. Thank you.
Ruchi,
Yes. Yeah.
I'm Madhu, Ruchi. I've been wanting to talk from this
Sorry,
long.
I'm so sorry. Please put it in the chat box, because I'm seeing it there. So we'll definitely give you a chance to speak. Yeah, next time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Ruchi, I just wanted to say this magic book is something I was introduced from a relative to me about 6 years back, and I did buy the book and read the book and did the activities then. And over the period of time, it just went out of my routine, and I stopped doing those things, the 10 blessings and all those things. So yesterday when I was writing this health note, and somewhere, I had then 6 years back put this note of money in my wallet, on a piece of paper. So yesterday I thought, when I'm writing this gift of health note, let me keep one in my wallet, because I go out quite often, and I open it so I can see it. That will be a reminder for me. That works for me. And when I took out that note, believe me, somewhere I've been changing my purses, my wallets, everything I've been doing 6 years. Okay, it's not a small time. So 6 years, of course, we keep buying and we keep changing. So, but somewhere that piece of paper, though wo chitre mein hai, it is all into tone thing, but it's still there in my wallet. And I realized, even though I've been changing wallets, somehow I get comfortable and come back to this wallet, but not changing that note to another wallet. So this note has been permanently there for 6 years in that wallet. And whenever I change my wallet, nahi, yaar, pehle wala, again come back to that wallet. Something was getting me back to my old wallet only. So yesterday I realized that because this note is there, and it is the money and the health is written in that. That's why maybe I'm coming back to it.
That's seeing one again and again.
Yes, and that was attracting me back. And believe me, that wallet has never been short of money anytime for me. Anytime I needed, that wallet always provided me money, no matter what it was.
Yeah, like we say na, ye hamara lucky bag hai, lucky pen hai. It's just anchored. We've just anchored it to that. Yeah. So quickly, I'm going to answer the two questions that have come up. Radhika, I'll ask you. I'll want you to speak in just 1 second. I've just noticed that Prerna has written something that will it not for children. Just 1 second. Don't you think the kids will not learn to save? Now, this is not about not learning how to save. In fact, there was a whole program that I had once done with children, and it was about money management. And I taught them about 4 piggy banks. Now, what are these piggy banks? Your first piggy bank is what you are going to reinvest in your business. And it was a business development program that I was teaching to make them into young entrepreneurs. So, first piggy bank is about what are you going to reinvest in your business. The second piggy bank was about what are you going to save, okay, and for a rainy day. The third piggy bank was about charity. What are you going to give back to the society? And the fourth piggy bank was your play money. What are you going to use to enjoy for yourself? So there are 4 different piggy banks that I got them to make. And I told them, suppose you've made 100 rupees. How are you going to divide this 100? Are you going to do 25, 25, 25, 25? Or do you want to do 30 in one, 20 in one, 30 in another, 20 in another? Completely up to you. But this has got nothing to say that we're not teaching them how to save. Saving money is a different thing altogether, because we make them understand that a part of our money is to be put aside for a rainy day. Right now, we're just teaching them how to be grateful for what they already have. It's got nothing to do with saving money or spending money.
No, Ruchi, sorry, I just want to
Sorry,
interrupt.
last piggy bank.
What,
Sorry, which
what
is the last
I wanted to.
Just 1 second, Gauri. I'll come to that. Yes. Yeah,
So,
Prerna.
what I wanted to say is now, example. I'll just give you an example. My elder
Sure.
one is always the spendthrift. She always asks money and buy clothes, whatever, anything.
Right.
So I have to inculcate in her ki, look, you can't keep spending like this. You have to put a stop somewhere. You already have 4 pairs. You don't need another 4 pairs.
Thanks.
You know,
Yes.
so we are she's grateful for what she has, but she feels like or chahiye. I don't know whether it's materialistic or how to inculcate ki what you have is enough. It's great. Be grateful for what you have. You don't have to overspend because you have the flow of money. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Of course, we have flow of money, but we also have to give them value. So that's the thin line of that. So I get confused how to handle that.
So that's exactly what you have. In fact, you've answered your own question when you say that you have 4 pairs of this already, right? So can I be grateful for all the 4 pairs I have first? And then when the need arises, can I go and buy another one?
So, but here we are talking about abundance. So they feel, okay, if you're grateful for that, then why not buy more things? Yeah, I'm grateful for it, but I still want to buy more things.
So why just the same thing? Abundance doesn't mean that you keep buying the same thing again and again. Abundance means that I get more money. Now, maybe I want to give back with that money. It's not money that I always want to spend again on myself. And that is something which we have to inculcate in them.
She's willing to, like, she's kept a small amount, amount to give away. She said, Mama, give this to this orphanage, or give this to this thing which I really believe in, like girl education or whatever, she believes in, she gives it. But uska to, like, it just, she feels like she has to go on spending, but I don't know how to handle it sometimes. So I'm like, dude, enough. I also keep telling her, have value for money. Money doesn't go on trees. When you said that, I'm like, oh God, I'm saying the same thing.
Yeah. So, don't make them have a negative emotion towards money, but also make them realize that money is to be shared, and money is to be shared with a lesser fortunate than what you have. And if I can really value what I have already, and I'm going to get very personal with my example here. I have also been using, at one point of time, I've been very fond of buying clothes, buying accessories, buying shoes, although everything would end up in the same color, white and beige, but I would still want to keep buying more and more and more, until I came to a stage where I started reading about being minimalistic. And that is a whole different way of living altogether, because if we get into that discussion, it's going to be 7 p.m. by the time we finish it. So let's not even get there. But being minimalistic is something that I have realized today. But let me tell you what I have done as a damage to my child. because she has seen me shop so much, because she has seen me for so many years buy so much, because I buy a lot, I buy also a lot, and I dispose it off also very soon. I don't hold on to it. If I've worn it 4 times, 5 times, and the minute I know I'm not going to wear it anymore, I'm going to give it away very quickly to either the maid or orphanage or whoever else, but I give it away. But you know what I have realized I have done as a damage? I have made my child also think that it's a great idea to keep shopping. So that's a damage I have done, you know. So I reflect back and I say, can I change the way? And I have changed the way, and I'm so grateful to the lockdown, because had it not been for the lockdown, my journey of going on to minimalism has been a struggle for me. And I'm speaking just for myself, you know. So children pick this up from us. So ask
Ruchi, I
yourself.
have a question on similar
Yeah, can we
lines.
just finish one thought and
Yeah,
then we'll
sure.
come to another one, because you know that
Sure.
otherwise we're jumping.
Sure,
So
yeah.
just check yourself on what you are doing. I'm not saying you are spending a lot. I'm only talking from my experience, because
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
what I was doing, and I know I have done. It's collateral damage, if I may call it.
No,
The
but
damage
I
is
don't
done on my
so
child.
much. I don't shop so much. So
Yeah,
my
but I'm talking
she's
for
very
myself.
different.
I'm only
Yeah,
talking
I'm
for myself,
telling.
and it's
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
take me a long time to undo what I have done. It's really going to take me a long time, but I'm working on it, because the more I am now showing her, having 6 sets of this is enough, having 4 sets of this is enough. And being minimalistic is a beautiful journey in itself. It talks about having 33 pieces of clothing only in your wardrobe. Can you even imagine us having that? But it's a different journey. So, you know, I don't even want to get into that path, but I'm just talking about the damage I have done in my child's life. And I know I have to rectify it in changing in my ways, in what I
Right.
am doing consistently. And subconsciously, the changes happen there. Okay.
Got
So
it. Got it.
just think about that and just get them to believe. And it'll come slowly as a process. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to be at it. Okay. All right.
Got it.
Quickly, I'm going to
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. Just quickly, Radhika, would you like to say something? Yeah.
Good morning, Bhavi.
Good morning. Yes.
Bhavi, just a small query.
Yes. Yes.
My daughter is 8 years old, Mehak.
Yes. Yes.
And when she, at this age, they have a lots of classes and all that. My usually dialogue is, Mehak, take the advantage of the class. Don't waste the time. I am paying so much for you.
Yes.
Is this a right way I am telling her? I am paying so much. You see, mom and dad does so much hard work, too much for you and all that. Why you are not taking the advantage?
Yes.
Why are you wasting the time? Is
Yes.
it the right way we are telling her we are doing
Now,
so much?
yeah, and it's a very good question. It is the tone in which you make them understand. That is very, very important. Okay. Saying those sentences is not wrong, but the manner in which you say them is very important. If you're saying it in anger, then you are not communicating the right thing, because that is what is going to generate a sense of negativity towards money. But if you make them understand that, you know, there's a lot of hard work that goes in to make this money, and it is something that you should be grateful for, because you're getting an opportunity to learn at this time, right? And you make them understand without anger, and for that you have to first stop feeling angry yourself about it. So if you don't feel angry about it, and you know you are doing it for your child, right, but to make her realize there's nothing wrong. But let's also be very honest, today we are all in the age group of 40 plus, and aaj humko samajh aa raha hai how much our parents have given us.
Yeah,
तो
that's
समझ
true.
आते आते ही आएगी, है ना?
But Ruchi, that's a beautiful sentiment. Very sorry for interrupting, but I
Yeah.
couldn't control myself. What you just said right now was, I think, my take back from this whole 1.5 hour. Because even as a parent, I think all of us tell our children the same thing.
Yeah.
But today you made us see the mirror. Thank you for that sentence. That's really, really
No,
beautiful.
because वो धीरे धीरे ही हमें भी बात समझ आती है. In fact, my mom would always say, जब खुद माँ बनोगी ना तब समझ आएगा. I'm sure all of us have heard this. All of us have heard this. Abhi tumko samajh nahi aayega, jab khud maa banogi na tab samajh aayega. And actually there's so much we realize only when we experience it. So some things they have to experience, but yes, now that we're aware of certain things, let's make them experience it in the right way. That is something that we can control. So if we change our emotion towards it and we don't get angry about it, and we make them realize that, beta, I really want you to give this a thought, that there is so much. And even if you don't want to make it sound like money, you can always say that, this opportunity could have been given to somebody else. Maybe there was somebody less fortunate than you, but that person does not have the opportunity to do this online class. Can you be a little more mindful about it? Can you think about how much effort has gone in to put this whole thing for you together? And that will help. Okay? Radhika, does that answer your question?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Bhavi. Thanks a lot.
Yes. Yeah, Shilpa. Yes.
Yeah, Ruchi, I have put it
Yes.
on the chat also that somehow
Yeah.
I find contentment and abundance conflicting concepts. I don't understand where the line with contentment ends and abundance begins. If you can just
Yeah.
throw some
So,
light on
yeah.
this.
So, like I just said, for what am I making the money? I am content with the money I have. I'm content with the lifestyle I have. I'm content with all the material things I have. But I want abundance to come into my life so that via me, as a medium, I can give it to the lesser fortunate. Why not?
So yes, this is also what I resonate with and I feel, but that comes with money. Suppose I'm thinking about a house, a bigger
Yes.
house that is only for me, for my family. So
Hmm.
then where does that line between contentment and abundance come
So
then?
I'm content for myself and I want abundance to share.
Uh, I'm yeah. So see, if I don't talk only in terms of money, like I'm talking about a house or some other possession, I'm not going to be sharing that with the world. It's for
Yeah.
my family, for me. So, am I right in thinking about that abundance, or should I be content in what I have? That's what
It's
I'm.
absolutely up to you. It's absolutely up to you. See, this is something which comes up a little later, where I talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and it's not a part of this, book reading. But I have personally gained a lot by Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where we move up certain ladders. Okay, and the basic ladder is food, clothing, shelter. Those are my physical needs, right? And there's no harm in saying that I desire more and more of physical needs. That's up to me. That's completely up to me. When you move up the ladder, because you first have all your physical needs, which is food, clothing, shelter, then you move towards security. You want security in your life. Then you want love in your life. Then you want self esteem for yourself. You want to be recognized for what you're doing. And then you come to the highest stage, which is self actualization, which says, ab sab ho gaya. And now I want to be one with the universe. I want to be one with my God. I want to move on my spiritual journey. So it depends which stage you are in. And trust me, without being in the lower stages, which is more of the material things, you cannot progress to the higher stages. You cannot. So it's absolutely fine.
Okay. Thank you, Ruchi. That does answer my query. Yeah.
Yes. So, I don't want to share the Maslow's hierarchy of needs just now because it's too early and it might just, be a little confusing. But I would love to share it a little later. If you're there in the WhatsApp group, I will be posting it over there. If you want to on your own, just read it up. It's called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay.
Yeah, I am aware of it, and
So
what you're
then just
saying
just
is
connect it
resonating
with
with us.
that. If you're
Yeah,
already aware, then just connect it with that, and you will see how much clarity you get.
right, right.
Okay, so it's
Thank
going to be 7:20. I'm just going to take that one last question about the four piggy banks. So the four piggy banks are the money that I want to reinvest. So I say the invest money because I was doing it as a business program for the kids. So the money I want to invest, the money I want to save, the money I want to give back, which is my charity, and the money I want to play. What is my play money? The money I want to spend on myself, whether I want to buy myself a chocolate, whether I want to buy myself a gift, whether I want to go and go to a spa, go and get a massage done. What is the money that I want to spend in pampering myself? That becomes my play money. So that's the 4 that I had made them. Yeah. And they were like jars. You can call them the money jars. You can call them anything. That's perfectly fine. Okay.
Ruchi, this is
Yes. Yes,
Archana.
Archana. Yeah.
Ruchi, I wanted to ask you whether I could write the gratitudes before you start the session each morning.
That's up to you. Today I couldn't because of the power failure and everything. So I'm going to sit down right now and I will write it. That's
So
completely.
I'll write all the gratitudes for yesterday, right?
Yes, yes.
Because if I write it after the session in the morning, so I'll write about today too.
Yes, yes. Right. Okay. So I'm not sure. Meenakshi Chetna has given a question mark. So I don't know what Chetna is saying, but they are young. So how do they do business? So this was a different program altogether where I had taught 12-year-olds to do business. So don't worry about that. Just teach them about how you need to put money in 4 different kinds of piggy banks. So don't worry about the business part.
Ruchi, can I share something?
Yeah. Archana, just 1 second. Chetna, do you have a question? Yeah, can you please ask your question? Where are you? Yeah. Chetna, can you ask your question? All right, Archana, go ahead.
Okay, Ruchi.
Yeah.
Now, when I go for my satsang, and even I have this craving, to shop and buy everything nice I see. So I used to always ask my Guruji that, am I wrong that, I like to have this and I want to have that? So they gave me such a beautiful answer that, look, agar tumhare prarabdh mein hai, if you have the money to buy something, please go ahead and enjoy it. You have been given this money to enjoy this for yourself and stop feeling guilty.
Absolutely.
So it's an answer to what the others were asking.
Yes, absolutely, because also let's look at it from an economic point of view. Okay, today, if everybody gets on to the path of minimalism that I was talking about, right? It's to each one their own journey. If everybody gets into minimalism, then consumerism will have a big fallout, right? And so many jobs, so many factories, so many resources will probably not be used, because if everybody gets minimalistic, we'll have another shift altogether. I think it'll be 100 times more the shift that Corona has caused in our lives than that would happen. So that's completely a personal thing. It's just that what path of your journey are you on and what are you seeking? And everybody is on a different journey. Archana, like how we discuss even an ikigai, it's all about everyone who's growing at a different pace. So there's nothing comparing ourselves कि अच्छा चलो आज रुचि ने minimalism की बात करी है, let's read up about that, let's go on that path, maybe that's right. No, this has come to me very late in life. It's not something that's come to me, like that. Somewhere I was reading that Sudha Murthy she stopped shopping when she was 40 years old or something, okay? And she hasn't bought a single sari. She's only been gifted these saris. That was so revolutionary for me. That was so revolutionary for me because it resonated so strongly with me. But I'm not saying I could convert myself to that. Next time there is a sale, I will still go and pick up something. Of course, like I said, the lockdown has come as a huge blessing to me. अपने आप ही सब चीजें चुप मतलब बंद हो गई हैं या whatever हो गया है. But I'm just saying, the awareness will come when you start getting ready, and you have to move from the lower levels of the Maslow's hierarchy in order to come to the higher level. There is no elevator there. You have to take the steps.
So I also
Ruchi,
find...
Hi, Ruchi.
Yes. Yeah, sorry.
So I also find that, as I've proceeded without feeling guilty about whatever I am doing, I find my need to want things is growing lesser and lesser now. And I don't want to be shopping anymore today.
Exactly. So we have to go through that process of excess to come to a stop and say, bas ab ho gaya.
Yes,
you have to go through that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Hi, Ruchi. This is Sheetal here.
Yes. Hi, Sheetal. Yeah.
I just want to share something. It's on similar lines. I have a daughter who's 17, and she's gone into this entire mode right now where she just wants to buy from thrift stores because she doesn't want to buy like branded stuff, and she doesn't want to spend money, and she's looking at the environment, and she's saving, she's trying to save everything. So I mean, I was at the point where I'm like, are you sure you want to do it? And she's like, yeah, I want to do it.
It's amazing.
So
It's
I mean, it's
amazing
just
how, it's amazing how some children are becoming very conscious about carbon footprints and what am I
right.
going to leave, or why don't I just reuse? Why should I be constantly buying? So there are different children with different kinds of, exposure, and something resonates with them. But it's
Right.
amazing.
Right. She travels to India every year.
Yeah.
And so she's been looking at a carbon footprint, and she's like, okay, if I'm doing that, and if I want to go to India, her dad lives in India. She's like, then I have to save it somewhere. I can't keep increasing my carbon footprint. And she's kind of going the thrifting way. And I mean, I was like, wow,
Wow, it's amazing. It's really nice, and this is where I feel that we don't really have to force them towards it.
Right.
When they are meant to be, they will pick it up.
Right. And like you said, to each its own journey, so I think that's where she is. And
now, we are getting it now. So really fast forwarding it for our kids is really wrong,
exactly.
because that cocoon and the caterpillar and the process has to happen till it comes out and becomes a butterfly. Now, how long you're going to be a caterpillar, how long you're going to be in a cocoon is each one's journey. So let's not
absolutely.
Let's not rush it for them. Yes, let's
right.
make them aware.
Aware.
We can leave it. Yeah, and that's so beautiful.
Absolutely.
Lovely.
Yeah.
No, Ruchi, one last question, please.
Yes, Gauri.
It is so very relevant to this, what we are talking right now. One thing is the cocoon, the stages, the development experience we all have to go through, our kids have to go through. One is about, being minimalistic or really being, using and the flow of money. But what if the person, I'm talking about myself, a real example, to have a split personality is not great. In psychology, I've studied psychology, I've done my master's. Split personality is not great. But if I have a split personality, which I have a struggle to cope with, one is, I'm a businesswoman and I'm continuously growing my business. And for all that, you need to grow and work on those lines. Two is another personality where I say I have to have a direct equation with my higher self or conscience or my God or my personal idol whom I worship, and there has to be no ask. You just want to ask that I want to be connected with you. Wherever there is a need or an ask or there is a demand, that relationship is not beautiful. So I am constantly in and out of two modes, and it is not a very practical situation.
Correct. So let me put this like this. Now that you say that you've done your psychology and everything, you know the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? And so if you don't remember it, revisit it today and go back to it today and understand that the lower stages are important in order to come to the self-actualization stage. So the last stage is when you want to get into that spiritual being. Right now, what do you feel more strongly about, whether it is a 49 and a 51, even if it is as close as that, but definitely there will be a difference. Something will be a 49, something will be a 51. So maybe your spirituality or your need for that is a 49, and maybe the business you are in and the material things and the practical world, the realistic world you have to be in is a 51. Even if it is a difference of a 49 and a 51, one holds stronger. But all I can say, Gauri, that you have to go through this process and just be with the process, and somewhere, like they say, start it as a part-time thing and then make it into a full-time thing. So right now your business is your full-time thing, but your part-time thing can be your spirituality. And as you grow up and up and up, and when I say grow, I mean in your spiritual journey, in your learnings, in your maybe you say that chalo ab ho gaya and I want to wrap up this business and now I want to go and slowly start changing that equation, so that then your spirituality becomes full-time and your business becomes part-time. But it is how you manage your time and how much time you want to give it over a period of time. It is not something that happens overnight. There are very few people, I would say, who are fortunate. And you go back to that title, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Yeah, I've read.
Right? It goes back to that. So, are you a monk? Have you sold your Ferrari? And yeah, so, and only very, very fortunate people can take a step like that.
Thank you.
So, slowly work out your time and slowly say, this is part time, this is full time. Full time business, I'm going to work it like this. Part time business, I'm going to do it like this. Slowly, I'm going to make my spirituality my full time business. And this will then become my side hustle, like they call it. It's my side business or my side hustle. So it's something that you can work on. But don't look at it and don't get anxious about it being a tussle or a split personality. It's not a split personality. It's just that we have two conflicting things happening at the same time, and that's the beauty of life. When you say there's always day and there's always night, there's always white and there's always black, so there's always this and that. Like, in fact, Mahathir, and I don't think Anita and Babita are on call, otherwise they would have told us a little more about this, but he speaks about this whole program where he says there'll always be two sides of the coin. Now, how much can I merge it is up to me. How much can I find my middle path is what is I am seeking. Right? So there'll always be this and that. You can't say that there'll always be daylight. There will be night. And night is also important because you're resting through it. So look at it from that point of view, that your business is also important because that's funding your spiritual growth. So both are needed. Right? Lovely. Okay, guys, it's 7:34 and I have to call it a day. So let's get back to our magic practice. I think there's just 55 of us on call, but I'm just going to repeat it. Make sure that you write your magic note today and write down on that note, thank you for all the money I have been given throughout my life. And I promise I will work on the meditation and I will try and see if I can record